The West is insane. Western culture, Western society is literally insane. Things aren't going well for us. We're running on the hamster wheel is spinning faster and faster in the West. It's out of freaking control. And this is what's waking people up. This is why I'm optimistic. But in this video, I want to share with you some ideas on solutions to get off the hamster wheel in the West, because I'll tell you something, it will run you into the ground and it'll destroy your health. It'll destroy your wealth. It'll destroy your relationships. It'll erode your purpose and meaning in the world. All 8 areas of life, it will destroy you and it will gobble you up, because that's what the Western machine is. This, I don't even want to call it capitalism, because owning things is a good thing, because that's, we're stewards of this earth in that sense. God gave us ownership of this earth, stewardship to manage it, all the things that crawl on this earth, not to exploit it like a bad person does or an unconscious person does, not to rape and pillage the land or rape and pillage the people or steal resources from one group of people and funnel it to, again, the West. Great Britain's been doing it for decades. The United States is participating in that. Not to say that other cultures and other countries haven't done that throughout time and history. That's the thing. Again, unconnected, unconscious human beings do problematic things in the world. They hurt other human beings. They hurt animals. They overfish seas. They, poach rhinoceroses. They poach elephants and take the horn. I mean, that's what an unconnected, unconscious human being can do. A lot of damage in the world. And then they get with their buddies in advertising and say, hey, let's make people want a bunch of shit that they don't need and tell them they'll be happier when they get it. Big house, nice car, fancy job, fancy clothes, all the things that we know is bullshit. It's a total and complete lie. You get those things and then you're like, oh, I'm not happier, but now I'm saddled with debt. Now I'm more of a debt slave than I was before. My understanding is, and I've been to some of these countries that don't have what we have, and my understanding is from people that go there, my own experience and others, is that you walk into places in, say, third world countries where they live in very small homes, all the family members live together, children, mom and dad, grandma, maybe aunts and uncles, grandpa, and they're happier than Americans. How can that be if America is the land of prosperity and abundance and everyone wants to come here? P.S. By the way, lots of people want to leave here now too, because once you wake up from the American dream and realize and start seeing it as an American nightmare, you're like, oh shit, peace out. Health is failing, wealth is failing, relationships are failing, all these different things, but that's a topic for a different video. But they're happier over there. They have very little from a Western perspective. They shouldn't be happier, because if you don't have lots of stuff, big home, fancy car, fancy clothes, all this BS, you shouldn't be happier if you believe the West. But we all know now that the West is a totally complete lie, right? They certainly haven't been spreading freedom and democracy in the world, because how do you spread freedom and democracy to a person if they're unalived? Right? U.S. drops bombs on people in other parts of the country and other parts of the world to secure those areas for the military-industrial complex, for corporations, for bankers, for money lenders, money changers. That's not cool. Fortunately, people are waking up. Continuing on the treadmill in the West, and many people are getting off of it, and I think this is a positive, optimistic thing that is happening. Some are getting off by choice. Others are getting off because the system is breaking down. The house of cards is coming down. And depending on your perspective, that's either a good thing or a bad thing. I think it's a good thing, because it's going to give us an opportunity to reconnect with ourselves and reconnect with the truth of who we are, what we are, why we're here, rebuild relationships, rebuild community. Remember, if you live in the West, you're like, oh, make a bunch of money so that you can hire a lot of things done. to move your stuff, to store your stuff, to repair your stuff, to to organize your stuff, to mow your yard, mow your grass, which is generally out of alignment with the areas that grass is in, right? We bring grass into desert areas and say, oh, we're going to grow all this grass here, which is not appropriate. Las Vegas is the epitome of out of alignment, how out of alignment human beings can be. You know, you don't build a city like that in the desert. You don't build big golf courses like that in the desert. In Saudi Arabia, they have to engineer the golf courses so there's like water coming up from, bubbling up. That's not the right word, but, coming up from the bottom because it's so arid there that if you sprinkled, you would lose all the water to evaporation. That's what happened with Hoover, with the reservoir there, Hoover Dam in Vegas too. The engineers were like, what are you doing? You're going to lose a lot of water to evaporation. And they're like, we don't care. We're going to build this shit. It's so out of alignment with nature and with God, but sometimes people don't care, right? Again, when you're living in alignment, you're healthier, you're wealthier, you're more connected, you're more grounded. You feel better. You are a beacon of hope in the world, and I hope that will inspire you to look into being more that way. You're going to also save time and money and energy because those are the big three. Living like the Western world wants you to live. Remember when George Bush said, "Hey, we need you to go out and buy some shit to help spur the economy." What a dumbass! What a dumbass! It's breaking down. Living like the West wants you to live, like the powers that be in the West, again, who hire the advertisers, who buy the shit coming out of China and send it over on ships. And you know what? I'm just as guilty, and I have been guilty in the past. I'm waking up to the BS, not doing it so much anymore. Even for the last 20 years, I've been on the simplicity train, and I'm glad I've been on that train because some people haven't. And I believe there's another crash coming because, again, that's what happens in the West. 2008, there was a crash in 2000, early 2000s, the dot-com bubble. There was the savings and loan crash. Those things now I find are largely orchestrated behind the scenes. There was the Great Depression. There was oil issues in the 70s. It's one thing after another in the West because those kind of things are out of alignment with nature. People that don't have a car and walk everywhere they go, they don't care what the price of gas is. It's inconsequential to them. And that's one of the ways you insulate yourself is to the degree that you can start cutting the cords that tie you to this Western system, healthcare system, education system, financial system to the degree possible, all entertainment, all of these things, you can start cutting those cords and you'll be, more living like an Amish person does. I want to live like an Amish person. I want to move to Amish country. Dude, I just wish it wasn't halfway across the US, but that's how my mindset is, living like an Amish person. No news, no media, no movies anymore. I used to watch movies coming out of Hollywood. Now I look back and I'm like, those movies are sick and disgusting to me now. There's so much low vibe programming, so much fear mongering, so much predictive programming, so much anxiety inducing, just stupid waste of time movies. And I'm like, oh, sure, I'm glad and happy that I don't watch those anymore. But there's my piece. It's breaking down. It never was good for human beings. It never will be good for human beings. People are waking up. Voluntary simplicity, minimalism, essentialism, self-reliance, all those things that we all know to be the truth is what's happening. I'm going to be doing a 3-part series on Thoreau coming up down the line. I'm just ready to dive in and watch some videos and talk about them here on the channel in the Hot Topic series. If you haven't subscribed and want to be a part of the journey, I'd love to have you. And until next time, I wish you all the best health, wealth, and success. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.